routine usually begins like 5 or so minutes after I've done my skincare. That's just because I kind of like to let my skincare sink in a little bit before I start caking on the makeup. Well, not really caking on. My tip, you don't actually have to use this, is that if you are going for a dewy makeup, then I would start with a matte concealer. So I always like the dewy look. I do not like my face looking matte. I don't think it looks very natural on me. So I always start with a matte primer. But if I was going to go for a matte look, I would start with a dewy primer, just because I think it kind of counteracts all the matte makeup that you're about to put on. So the one I like is the Benefit Matte Rescue, and I just apply that just really lightly all over my face. I really like it. It doesn't feel that drying. I just think it's really great. So I've massively really gone off of foundation at the moment. I don't really like the feel of my face, and to be honest, I think it does hide a bit too many of my imperfections, and I don't really want to hide behind a mask. Almost dropped that all over me. Then, so instead I like to use a BB cream. I like to use Bobbi Brown's BB cream. Sometimes I use Rich, depending on how chocolatey my skin is looking. But today, because I'm just a little bit pale at the moment, I'm going to use the shade Dark. I like to use Bobbi Brown's own foundation brush just because I think it feels so nice on my skin, and so I just rub it in like this. If I was going to use Bobbi Brown's Tinted Moisturiser, because I also think that one's really great, I tend to just use my fingers. I'm just doing half my face so you can see just the difference that it makes. Because sometimes people think BB cream doesn't really make that much of a difference, but I really think it does. I think it just helps to create more of an even skin tone. I have a sample pot from when I originally got it, and so I kind of just fill the sample pot up, because I don't like putting that much on, squeezing that much on and wasting it. So I tend to just really just use a tiny little bit, just what's in the lid, and I just put it on my face. Because I really just don't like the feel of loads of products on my skin. At the moment, I'm just in a massive love-hate relationship with makeup. What's really great about Bobbi Brown's BB cream is that it's really good for discoloration. So right there where I picked a mole, it wasn't even a spot, guys, it was a mole. I thought it was a spot. I just kept picking at it, even though it wasn't going to pop or anything like that. And then I basically found out that it was a mole. And it's just really good. It's actually a BB cream that's really good for your skin, and I really find that it helps to just create more of an even skin tone. So after I've done my BB cream, I like to go in with concealer. There are various concealers I like. The brush that I like to use is just the Bobbi Brown Full Coverage Touch-Up brush, I think it's called. It's pretty much the tiny version of this one. I love this one so much that I'd get this one. In fact, if you just had to have a foundation and a concealer brush, these are the two I'd really recommend, because I really just love them, and I like the feel. It feels like my fingers when I use them. So I have the matte concealer palette in Dark. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that today, because I also like the Fenty matchsticks. Excuse me. The thing is that Fenty matchsticks can be a bit drying, but I just love the colour mostly on these ones. So what I do, taking the colour Caramel, I'm just going to get the Vitamin E Body Shop Hydrating Face Mist, and all I do is just spray one spray right across. Not too much, because it gets a little bit wet. And that kind of just moistens it up a little bit, because I just find it so drying for my under eye. Going like this, really gentle. I don't want to pull my under eye and stretch out that piece of skin. So it's just really helps the product come off a lot better. And yeah, because I always get such a dark under eye. I think it's probably genetic, to be honest, because I get lots and lots of sleep. And then I just blend it in with this brush. It's just such a great colour. And with the same brush, I just go in with this concealer. I like to use the MC50, I think it is, so it's this one, and then it's also the NW45, and then I just conceal. I mix both of them. This is a great consistency. I love this concealer, and I just go over where I've got dark marks. Forehead, doesn't really matter. I'm not too precise with it. I'm really not using that much. I tend to just tap it and rub it in. It's like I said, I really just don't like the feel of cakey makeup. Okay, so once I've done that, I just blend it all in. I don't wet a beauty blender or anything like that. I just go back in with the brush that I used to put on my BB cream and just blend everything all in and underneath my eye. why I do this is because I know that the brush will probably have a tiny little bit of my BB cream left in, and the colour would just help to blend everything in to make it look like my skin colour. Because the thing is that I know sometimes people highlight their eyes to really make their eyes pop and look really like bright, but I don't. The reason why I put concealer on it isn't necessarily to brighten my eye, it's just to help it look like the rest of my skin colour, because it just sometimes gets so dark. So yeah, that's literally all I do for my base. It's very basic, and you can still see imperfections, but you know what? I just learned to live with them, and just love my skin the way it is. I like makeup to just slightly enhance what I look like. I don't want it to completely mask what's there. It doesn't matter. You can see it. Let's get over it. What should we do next? I'm not actually going to do anything to my eyebrows. I tend to just brush them really quickly with this little brush. And sometimes I put a bit of clear gel on it. Today I'm not going to do that. I've just recently not been liking anything on my brows. And I think just giving them a brush, like my hair needs a little bit of a brush, helps, and I'm happy with that all day. If I was going to feel like I need to set my eye, what I take is just the Laura Mercier powder. This is the translucent one in the medium deep. And this brush is the Sigma Bake Precision brush. I really love it. Again, I literally don't use that much. I always like to just use what's on the lid, really tiny. I don't cake loads in it because, to be honest, I don't really get the whole baking thing. I don't get why you'd pay to put loads of product on your face and then just brush half of it off. But yeah, I'm not a professional makeup artist, can you tell? I'm sure that it's all for the look, but I just think that's a waste of product. So yeah, I just put a tiny bit on there to mattify it, so the product doesn't move, because again, the Fenty products tend to sit in either little lines. Even when I use them as eyeshadows, they tend to sit there, which isn't that great. Very minimal look today. What should we do next? I'm not sure. Let's go in with the highlighter. I use the Fenty highlighter in the colour Cinnamon. I really love it, but it just has, throughout the day, it's just got a massive fallout, which really frustrates me because it's such a beautiful colour. And it just really annoys me that it just, and you end up just getting a really glittery face, but we're going to use it anyway, but just a tiny little bit, because look how amazing this colour is. I just go like this. I'm really only going like this, tapping it, because it tends to remove what's there, and because my makeup is so light, it'd be quite easy for it to remove. It's not like a heavy foundation. I just like to put a tiny bit. I'm not sure if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can. And then I'll put a tiny little bit on here. And across my eyebrows like this. Just drag that straight across. I don't mind not having loads. And only on the tiny little bridge of my nose. To be honest, I don't like messing with my nose that much, because I'm really bad at trying to contour my nose to make it look smaller, and if then I put too much highlighter on it, you're just gonna highlight my big African nose, which I got from my daddy. So yeah, let's just leave it like that. It's big enough, but I just put it on the bridge and I just go across. This is a Sigma brush. It is the, which one is this one? F35, and I love it. I was really unsure of which one to get, but I'm really glad I got this one. So I just blend that in, and it just gives me a really natural glow, I think. Okay, I don't know what to do next, because I never really do my makeup in the same order each time. I'm gonna go in with mascara. So I'm not sure if you watched my the dark side of makeup video, but after I watched that, it really made me think about, whoa, okay, what in makeup am I hiding behind, and what is like growing my insecurities, and I realized that fake eyelashes were a massive thing, and it almost got, I started wearing them, and it was just this thing that, oh my goodness, now my eyelashes are long. But it became this thing that I really, when I didn't have them in, I felt like, oh my goodness, I didn't look nice, and I just felt uncomfortable going outside without them on. So I just decided to take them off. They had to go. For the first week I was miserable, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I just want them back, because I have them easy in my drawer and I do them myself. But I was like, no. And then I was given this sample when my sister got me stuff from Dior, and it's the Dior Plump and Volume mascara, and I love it. It makes my non-existent eyelashes seem like there is a little something going on there. yeah, it's a 100% lie. There isn't really much going on there at all. But I'm gonna zoom in so you can see a little bit what it looks like. Okay, so they're teeny tiny. Probably need a magnifying glass to look at them. But let's just go in like this. I like to tilt my head back, because sometimes I go like this and do it. But that's gonna give me lines. I don't want that. So I tilt my head back to stop me from wrinkling up my forehead. I'm not gonna lie to you, mascara is not my biggest strength. That's because I just used to wear fake ones. I didn't used to put mascara on there. I think this mascara is amazing. It lasts all day. But it costs a fortune. I don't even know how much it costs. But it's Dior, so I know it's going to be costing loads. So I'm going to have to find one that's cheaper. Oh, tiny little eyelashes. And you know, all my sisters, my mum, my sisters, they have beautifully long eyelashes. But mine are just so small because of multiple reasons. Like constantly itching my eyes because of hay fever. I'm rubbing them off. I'm pulling them out because they just hurt. See? A little something there. Cool. Amazing. So I might just leave it there. I'm not really sure. So lastly, on my lips, again, I've gone off lipstick a little bit. But I like to use the Glossier. Oh man, this is so beautiful. Look at that. I think it's gorgeous. It's really clear. You don't need a lot of it. And then just tiny, tiny, tiny little bits. I rub it together. So yeah, thought I was done for a second. Hadn't even brushed in the highlight on my nose. Let's just brush that away. So yeah, this is the finished look. It's very glowy, it's very dewy. It does actually last all day. I tend to not touch my face, so that kind of helps. Yeah, I just like to go for a glowy, minimalist, healthy look every day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.